Hello, friends. Welcome to New Gameplay Today. I am your host, Alex Stadnik. I am joined with the one and only, the Queen of Games, Liana Rupert. Hello, Liana.
What is up, Mr. Stadnik? How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm so good. I am morbidly curious. I am also with the probably equally curious Dan Tack. Hello.
I don't know if I'm as curious as you, since I've played quite a few roguelikes in my day.
Okay,
Mr. Stadnik.
Okay.
But I have been interested in this one announcement many years ago. And today it wasn't, it's not quite a shadow drop, but may as well be.
Pretty damn close. Speaking of roguelikes, and today, what are we looking at?
The best darn game ever, Stadnik. you get weapons. I love weapons, and then not only that, but you get to bone weapons, and coincidentally, they're all super hot. So
what is happening?
Hang on. Let's step back for a moment and. I'm doing what with weapons now?
Also,
it's totally PG. Like it's not what you think. They transform. It's like werewolves, but with cool weapons instead of furry
werewolves.
stuff.
Also, I should point out.
Wow, we're really going places.
Yeah, we really are. This is Boyfriend Dungeon, by the way. I just wanted to make that clear. This is.
We got ahead of ourselves with talking of bonage.
Right
and
there.
Furries,
My goodness.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Look at this man.
Actually, it's applicable because I'm not far enough in it yet, but I'm pretty sure the guy on screen, Sunder, is a werewolf or a vampire or something, because you'll see here in a moment, but you see him up to some shenanigans in the alleyway, and it's weird. I wanted to like him. My inner angsty teenager from way back when was like, oh yeah, this is the bad boy, but he's just kind of a douchebag. No amount of abs are gonna erase your personality, so goodbye.
Deuces. Now
what is happening here?
I know. That's what we're here to get to the bottom of on NGT today. Liana, I want you, if you can, to walk us through this game from a perspective of a big dummy like me who has no concept of what this thing is.
Yeah, it's a really charming roguelike, and it's like, if you like Dream Daddy or something like that, there's some humor that's blended into it. It's very similar to that. And you create your own character, which we showed a little bit earlier. It's limited, but you can kind of personalize it a little bit. And then basically you leave home to this new place, the beach, and you're starting a life, and you're this awkward character that's never really dated or gone out of their comfort zone, and you kind of stumble into this world where there's these people, men, women, and everything in between that can actually transform into weapons, but that's not all they are. So you're actually through the game learning all about these different characters. And it's really cool too, though, because unlike a lot of dating simulators out there, it very much rewards you for just wanting to be friends with people if that's what you want. There's certain characters you'll vibe with more than others, and it's not like, oh, you didn't want to bone, for shame. You actually just get to develop really cool friendships, and there's women, there's men, there's non-binary. They really tried to make sure that they had a character for every type of player, which was kind of cool. And they also have there's the mainstay romance options like Sunder, who is on the screen, and then Eric, who's a very big creeper. I'm pretty sure he's a serial killer, but I haven't gotten that far yet.
Wait, what weapon is the serial killer?
I think he's way too nice but creepy. And then there's a couple of scenes, without spoiling, where he just kind of, I don't know, he just gives off a really creepy vibe, to the point where even your character can kind of lay down a boundary, okay, that's enough. Please stop. This is weird.
For sure.
And then
is there a giant mallet weapon? That's the key here. Is there a big hammer? Because that's what I want to play.
I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm still learning. There is a laser saber though, and there is a glaive, which is really cool. I feel like I forgot what his name was. I think it was. Oh, who was it? Maybe Sawyer, who's the cutest little cinnamon roll. And then this one is one of the non-mainstay characters. She doesn't turn into a weapon, but she likes cats, so she's my girl.
Cat cafe.
Yeah.
This game's got it all, huh?
I can dig it.
Except she rejected me. I'm just as awkward and flirting in the game as I am in real life. So nobody wants me.
Oh no.
It's great.
I think Chu would disagree. right? No? Okay. Moving on.
He swept under the spell. But yeah, she rejects me pretty hard. I offer to walk her home here in a moment, and she's like, no, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, well, to be fair, you are competing with a bunch of cats. That's pretty tough.
That's true.
Fair.
That is a fair point.
How?
You can't compete.
For sure. Liana, how is the writing in this so far? Because, I would imagine if there's this much dialogue and dating and stuff like that, if you want to form that connection with someone, the writing has to be there. So what's your experience with that so far?
You know what? Overall, so far, really impressed with the writing. There's a couple moments where it kind of stumbles a little bit, where I feel like maybe they were rushing the narrative a little bit too fast. Mm-hmm. But this is a pretty short game, but so I understand the kind of time constraints there. But then there's other times where it's so realistic. I just, as I'm 34 years old, and I just reflect on the awkward dating years of when I was in college, and some of the creeps that you date, or the really nice guys, and you kind of formulate your taste, and you kind of go through that through here. You meet the creep, you meet the really sweet person, you meet the bad boy, you meet you meet the girl with trust issues, and you meet all these different archetypes that we face in real life. And I feel like they're written really well in a way that balances like serious themes without forcing them down your throat, which is nice. And then also just blending comedy and giving you really the agency of player choice. Like, you don't have to date anybody you don't want to. You don't have to date anybody if you don't want to. And you can also date as many people as you want to, because that's kind of the thing too with this genre. Sometimes there's like too many people I like, and like the decision of choice just seizes you, and it's like, no, I need more time with you, and you have to choose. And this one, you just kind of go ham and hoe it out.
I love it. So
okay, well,
go ahead,
when do
Dan.
we get to actually whack things? We do get to eventually fight things in this game, yes?
You do get to fight things. You can go, you fight the dungeon, and you go through the malls, and there's all these levels, repeating levels, and that's where you can unlock different upgrades for your weapons, and also build your relationship status with the different peoples. And it's weird though. It's kind of funny because the enemies are different. Like, there's old school flip phones with fangs, and then there's like VHS tapes, and your healing potion is bubble tea.
That sounds cool.
I love it. Yeah.
It's just so bizarre. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I love games like that because gaming is about just enjoyment, and sometimes it doesn't need to be this big intricate thing. But this one right here, she was my favorite. I don't know what I did wrong. It says you're supposed to go to the gym, but it wouldn't actually let me access it. So I don't know if it's just I was getting a little bit too ahead of myself or something.
For sure.
But you have all of these like areas you can go to. You've got your apartment. You've got the mall where you can level up and make sure you're getting all your upgrades that you want. I should be trying again because I'm stubborn and like, let me in.
Let me in. Your air cons, right? In the meme or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me in.
And then you go on different like dates and stuff. Like, I met one girl at the lakeside, and then another man at his law firm, and it was just, I don't know, a lot of cool different environments to play in and get acquainted with this new. The whole premise is you're new to this town, so of course you're going to want to explore and see what all is there.
Check
and
things out.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it does it in a really organic way. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. So,
and I'm also in this game. I'm too broke. I can't afford anything in this menu, much in like real life.
I was gonna say I feel that in my soul.
What, you mean you can't afford ballet tickets and opera tickets? I mean, wow.
I know, shocking, right? Can't afford high society here. My question to you, Mr. Rupert, is what? Because actually, Dan and I just talked about this on our other NGT that you can check out on YouTube. But you say it's a roguelike. What is it similar to Dead Cells or Hades, where it's some of the upgrades persist, or like what's lost, what's gained, run to run?
I have not gotten it. We did our preview, and it was a very short preview, so I haven't seen the full depth of it, but it's kind of similar. It has a tree that you can go down, and then the farther down you go, there's more options to choose from. So like one of the upgrades I did for the dagger is you could either have a wider AoE area of, effect, or you could have a buff where if you get overly surrounded, then suddenly you have a small buff to your damage, which is nice because like they do. The deeper you go down into the mall, the more enemies start to just kind of swarm you. And then they have those little ball things, and you can't always parry them. I don't know if I just am not good and I need to work on my skills, but I got overwhelmed a couple times, and I ran out of bubble tea. And you know, once you run out of bubble tea, it's game over, man.
Yeah, and get crabby, and it's a whole thing.
That's just like real life.
For real.
It is.
I understand this.
It really is. The quarantine periods almost killed me because there was no bubble tea to be had.
Oof, rough.
It was a darn shame, fam. It was a darn shame.
How does combat feel?
It's a little bit clunky. That's kind of the thing I have. I'm really picky with roguelikes. Like I either really love them or can't seem to stand them. And this one kind of struggles a little bit with mouse and keyboard, but I need to play around with it with a controller because I feel like that's going to be kind of the same issue I had with Last Stop. And even if you want to go with the roguelikes with Hades, is mouse and keyboard was just a little bit clunky. Not like a game breaker or anything, but once I went to a controller support option, it like was almost a game changer. It's a completely different experience, and I have a feeling that's going to be here because with mouse and keyboard you don't have full control, and so I'm like hugging the walls a lot or running into things a lot, and it's just little awkward. But to be fair, I do that in real life too, and I don't use mouse and keyboard when I'm moving myself, so maybe
Is this a representation of your life? Yeah. Is this Liana the game?
Pretty
Bubble
much.
tea, awkward flirting, the whole thing. I love it. Now, Mr. Tack, you've said you've had your eye on this one. Are you liking what you're seeing? Are you more or less?
Well, you know, I guess I don't know, man. Like visually and right now, like seeing what we have with the combat, like I'm not super impressed, but I haven't played it yet, right?
Yeah.
And I do understand, you know, this is like level 1, and nothing is unlocked, and yada. So clearly, I need to spend some time with the game, and you know, spoiler alert, I am going to spend some time with the game to kind of get a feel for it. I mean, obviously, every level in the first level, they're not going to throw everything at you, right?
Yeah.
All the options are going to be unlocked things gradually. Especially in roguelikes today, they're sort of a gradual thing, right? You get more abilities, the enemies get more abilities, things get more challenging and more interesting the deeper you go. What does that mean in this game? Does it mean we get to go to sharper image? I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Here's hoping.
I mean, we could be so lucky, right?
Viva la sharper image!
Yo, we're talking
Yes!
about not being able to afford things now. I can't go into sharper image right now. You kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Like I know there's a bunch of different weapons, right? So I don't know. I gotta take a look. I gotta get my hands on this thing and take a look from it, you know, and really dig in.
Yeah, for sure. We're early in the process.
Bad because it's like you're supposed to tier up all the weapons equally, and I just picked who I wanted to bone. So like all my weapons are very unevenly upgraded because like a couple of them are like completely maxed out and the other ones are still level 1. So I'm like, I don't like you.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't have to upgrade them all, right? Shouldn't there be like that implies that there's really no choice, right? Like I always think that having interesting choices of development is more interesting than just being like, hey, let's just max everybody.
Agreed.
But it sounds like and maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it sounds like you said that they're open to dating whomever, but your relationship grows the more you use them as a weapon too, right? So maybe that adds to the replayability, where it's like, okay, I didn't prioritize Fabio when I was hacking and slashing, so now in this next playthrough I may. So
yeah, and you can in the apartment too. I was kind of showing earlier when we were going through like the phone and things like that. But there's a crafting table too, so you can craft gifts, or sometimes you'll find gifts kind of laying around, or you'll find materials laying around. And then if you get money, which I still don't have, you can go to the shops and buy like date idea tickets and stuff like that, which is really cool. But it's really pricey, man. Like, give me a discount. I'm poor. I'm new to town. I'm new to town.
Yeah.
10% discount, man.
Be nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's a pretty good look. Liana, do you have any final thoughts before we say goodbye?
No, I would just say that if you like games like Dream Daddy and you're kind of looking for a sillier roguelike, this is a perfect opportunity. It's available now, which is kind of strange because we didn't have any idea when it was releasing, just we knew soon. And it's available on Xbox and through Xbox Game Pass too. So if you're like, I don't know if this is quite my shtick, you can try it out for free if you are a member of Xbox Game Pass, and it's also on PC and Switch as well.
Yeah. Tack, any parting thoughts?
I want to play it, but I think I may have just been spoiled with the all the awesome roguelikes that are available right now.
Yeah, it is. It is a growing genre.
Again, this has been on my radar for years, and this is really my first time seeing it on day one of release. So I'm gonna withhold judgment right now. Okay.
Okay, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for watching our lovely YouTube audience and our website audience. Hello. If you liked this episode of New Gameplay today, you're in luck because we have a ton from this year. We just did a NGT on another roguelike that Mr. Tack is very high on, Dreamscaper, correct? Did I say that right?
You did. That game is good.
Yeah. So go check that out. Go follow us on all the social medias. It's a great thing. We promise you'll be entertained. And until we meet again, dear watchers and viewers, be good to one another, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.